Iconic video game commercials like Super Mario 3, a young Jack Black promoting Pitfall for Atari, and Paul Rudd introducing us to the Super Nintendo are forever etched in the minds of retro gamers. We all know how powerful advertising can be, but when it comes to video games, some of those TV spots didn't just sell a product, they shaped pop culture. In this video, I'm going to share some of the most influential video game commercials of all time. The ones that broke boundaries, sparked conversations, and ultimately moved the needle to get you to purchase. You don't want to miss any of these commercials in this video because they still scratch that nostalgia itch even to this day, and may even help you spark a memory from a commercial that we forgot to include, that you can share with all of us in the comments. Let's get started. If this is your first time here at the channel, my name is Tyler, and if you love gaming from all generations like we do here at G3, then consider hitting that subscribe button and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss anything. I want to present these commercials in the most authentic way possible. The commercials I'm going to share today are the ones that truly influenced me the most, gave me a visceral reaction, and actually made me want the game, or just left me with a lasting impression to this day. I felt this video would have no heart to it if this was just a list of the best video game commercials of all time, and I don't want to do that. So after a brief intro to my connection to each of these commercials, I will show the commercial in its entirety, that way you can fully experience it again. The first commercial takes us all the way back to the 16-bit wars. And you know I was Nintendo all the way in the 80s, but this commercial right here made me a 90s Sega kid. It's the Sega commercial where the guy in the department store is trying to persuade you to get a Super Nintendo versus a Sega, but they constantly tell you how the Sega is better. But yeah, I just always enjoyed this one. Great marketing. Good job, Sega. You got me to get the Genesis.
Gotta go.
Hey, guy, you're the first serious gamer I've seen all morning. Check this out. Brand new 16-bit Super Nintendo with Super Mario World. Wow!
Oh, what's this one?
Oh, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis. Hey, look at these radical colors, huh?
Wow, Sonic's fast, too.
No, over here.
I like Genesis, and it costs a lot less.
Wait, kid, that game
I'll
there.
take Sonic and Genesis.
I knew that.
Sonic the Hedgehog. More action, more speed. Sega Genesis, it's a whole lot more for less.
Up next is a commercial that didn't necessarily make me want this console, but it's such a bizarre and over-the-top presentation that you just can't forget what it was about. And that was the airplane commercial for the Sega Game Gear. Of course, you know the Game Gear was the portable Sega console that rivaled the Game Boy. Had the color scheme as opposed to the green dot matrix palette to the Game Boy. I already wanted it anyway, but this plane commercial had a kid playing the Game Boy, and there was some guy I think beside of him with some crazy contraption trying to play a full home console system with an extension cord running from his house that was long enough to extend into the air with the airplane, and then it ultimately unplugged. I know it sounds crazy if you haven't seen this one, but that's why it leaves a lasting impression and was good marketing.
Hey man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A color portable Game Gear, carrying case, and 2 hit games. Sonic 2, and the Majors Pro Baseball. Whoa, even save $50. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
Even if you didn't play video games in the 90s, there were few franchises that displayed as much hype as the Mortal Kombat series. And when they were initially just in arcades, everybody was fighting to put a quarter up there to play. And I remember the first time I saw a Mortal Kombat commercial that was actually telling me that Mortal Kombat was coming to home consoles. I can still hear the echo of that first Mortal Kombat scream and kids running through the city, and I knew I was going to have that game on my Genesis soon.
Mortal Kombat!
Jumping back to the NES days, anytime I would see some sort of product that could be an accessory for the NES, obviously I was going to want it. But the power pad just seemed like an amazing piece of technology to me. People running around, being able to interact and change what's going on the screen just by jumping on different buttons or simulating like you're running just seemed like something that I had to have right now. So I remember this power pad commercial, but apparently I didn't pay enough attention because the power pad that I ended up getting was actually the family fun pad for the fitness center that has like Athletic World and stadium events and such. But I didn't even realize it until I was an adult. Can't believe that I never realized this wasn't a power pad. I guess that's why I remember this commercial so much, because I still got duped for years. So here it is.
You better get ready for the most challenging Nintendo system ever.
Ready? Let's do it.
The new Power Pad. It's only available in Nintendo's new Power Set. Now you're playing with body power. You've got to run, jump, faster, higher. The Nintendo Power Pad puts you in total control. You are the game. You are the power. Now you're playing with power, body power. You get the Power Pad, Control Deck, Zapper, and 3 games only in Nintendo's exciting new Power Set.
Alright, this next commercial is just some weird sore spot for me. I know I talked about it in the past in this channel that I'm not a big Dr. Mario fan, which shocks a lot of people. So I especially got super annoyed by that Witch Doctor commercial for Dr. Mario back in the day. Again, my hatred for this game is irrational. I still don't know why I don't like it so much. I think it's just I expected so much more from a Mario game than just something Tetris-y like. Again, I admit it's irrational, but I just don't like Dr. Mario. And the Witch Doctor thing just weirded me out. Yeah, I know it's Dr. Mario, Witch Doctor, but I don't know. It just didn't resonate with me. But I guess I still am remembering the commercial today, so I guess it was effective, so maybe the joke's on me.
I called the witch doctor, he told me what to do. He said, ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, tang-tang, walla-walla bing-bang. That means play Dr. Mario on Game Boy or NES. Ting-tang, walla-walla bing-bang. I beat the witch doctor, and this is what he said. He said, ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah, ting-tang, walla-walla bing-bang, ooh-ee, ooh-ah-ah. And then he struck my head.
The commercials and advertisements for the Milton Bradley games on the NES were great. I guess where they were predominantly a toy company, they just knew how to advertise and appeal to kids. I think Milton Bradley had titles like California Games, Time Lord, Marble Madness, and I loved all the imagery for all that. But the commercial that I remember the most was for a game I didn't get until I started collecting when I was an adult, and that was Abadox on the NES. It's a side-scrolling shooter where you're in this nasty inside of like some alien parasite or something like that. I could be butchering the exact plot, but the commercial is like perfect 90s kid appeal with great video game imagery mixed in with gross animatronic and prosthetic looking special effects. I mean, perfect commercial. They were only about 14 or 15 seconds, but very effective.
It's the grossest thing in the universe! A monster devours your planet! An Abadox for Nintendo! Battle inside the beast, fight ugly eyeballs, twisted worms, skeleton fish, guardian ghouls! It is gross!
Yeah, but it's great!
Abadox for your Nintendo!
Now, I've spoken about this commercial on a previous video where I talked about Tiger LCD games. But on that video toy chest cassette that I had from Children's Palace, there's a commercial for Bo Jackson Baseball from Tiger Electronics, where you had the double screen where you could flip it upside down, and you have baseball on one side and football on the other. Wonderful commercial, brought so much action to just a handheld LCD game to get you to buy it. That game was a disappointment, but I don't regret it just because it's such a unique LCD game. But even though that game's not great, I still stand by this commercial today. Great stuff.
Who knows baseball and football?
Who knows baseball? Who knows football? Who knows golf? Only one game.
Bo Jackson baseball and football. Either way you look at it, it's a winner. No one knows football and baseball better than Bo Jackson, and no one knows LCD video games better than Tiger.
Now I want to hear from you. Put your favorite video game commercial in the comments, and hopefully it'll bring back some great memories for us. Special shout out to @P1983SHE for finding Mullet Boy first in our last Heavyweight Champ Lost Media video. Until next time, guys, G3 out.